Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Fargo-Moorhead Homes for Sale, where we're exploring all things real estate here in North Dakota and Minnesota. I'm James Poukka, host and realtor with Archer Real Estate Services, located right here on the historic A Street in Fargo, North Dakota. Whether you've lived here your whole life or whether you're thinking about relocating to the Prairie Paradise Lakes Country region, you need to know about how national events impact local real estate. This week, we're diving into what the federal government shutdown means for buyers, sellers, landlords, and agents in the FM area. As of October 1st, Congress failed to pass necessary funding to keep most federal operations running. This means agencies connected to mortgages, housing programs, insurance, and even environmental compliance are either shut down or working at limited capacity. So what does this mean if you're buying or selling a home right now? Well, let's start with the Department of Housing and Urban Development. FHA loans are currently still being endorsed, but only in certain types. Condominiums do you need project approval? That might be delayed. Loss mitigation, foreclosure, property management will continue, but expect slower processing. Housing choice voucher programs, they're still flowing, but local HGHAs may see funding slowdowns if the shutdown lasts too long. If you're a landlord working with these programs, it's now the best time to reach out to the local housing office to touch base on that. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are operating like normal because they don't rely on federal appropriations, but some verification steps may be delayed. This includes the IRS tax transcripts and Social Security checks. If you're working with a buyer who's a federal employee, lenders can still close, but the verification of employment might be postponed until after the closing. Plan around for that in your contingencies. If flood insurance is involved in your transaction, especially homes near the Red River, be aware that National Flood Insurance Program is paused for new and renewal policies. So existing policies will remain active, but new coverage might need to be sourced private. USD loans are another area seeing disruption. New loans are not being issued and closings are on hold unless they were previously guaranteed. VA loans are still being processed, but delays are expected with appraisals and certificate issuance. And if you're working with a first-time homebuyers program using SBA programs or a down payment grant that requires federal approval, those could be on pause as well. Bottom line is if you're under contract and you're entering this market this month, communication and contingency planning are very crucial. As your realtor, I'm here to stay ahead of these changes, interpret them clearly, and keep the transaction moving forward. While I provide valuable real estate tips and information, you should always consult a licensed professional in that specific field for tailored advice regarding legal, financial, or otherwise specialized areas. Just tune in every Wednesday at 5 p.m. for fresh updates that matter to homeowners, buyers, and investors across the FM area. I'm James Poukka with Archer Real Estate Services. Stay curious, stay inspired. See you next time.